Hello my dear students, welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play series as the Imperial Japanese Navy. We're not going to be doing the usual introduction today because this is the second of a two-parter episode where we do have a very dangerous threat of a two battleship and carrier and single carrier, the Saratoga task force over here, just under these Hyabusas, as you may remember from the previous episode there. So we're going to go straight in with that and see what we can do about that, because this is a massive threat here. We do have Yamato, of course, but with the slightly damaged Yamato, and where are we? The Tone, of course, with a damaged funnel. And Mogami's taken some minor damage as well, but I don't want to put this up against two battleships, so we are going to be trying to sink the Saratoga first. Everyone's favourite nuclear testing site is going to finally go to the bottom, of course. We're going to be doing that today, hopefully by using the Hio's dive bombers, which we do have rather a lot of. We can, of course, only launch 12 at a time, though. And we're going to launch armor-piercing bombs. They should be just over here, certainly within range there. Can we reinforce with Ryujo's zeros? We certainly can. We have 7 Hayabusas here. What's their fuel looking like? It's looking very good, or it does look like we're telling them to return to base. So I'm actually going to tell them to stay here and patrol around and try and keep sight on the carrier. We are also going to send in some Nels, and we're going to send them in with some 800 kilogram bombs like that. Can we launch some Torus, actually, some Geckos? No, we can't. We've launched too many planes from there already, so that's not a problem. We are, in that case, then going to launch, I think, 9 zeros, let's say, with Ryujo there, and 2 supports the Habusas in their efforts to protect the Vowels. So I shall see you in a second when we have made re-established contact with that task force, I think. Okay, so you can see we have certainly re-established contact with the aircraft carrier group here, and they are going straight to Guadalcanal. Our Yamato task force is in a lot of danger now, so I am still going to target the Saratoga here with our Nels and such. So we've not waited for the dive bombers to come in just yet, and that's simply because of the proximity of the enemies to our main base here. We are first going to target the Saratoga and then actually move out with our Nels, because it does look like we are in their AA range already, and I want to screen them properly with our Hayabusas. Just going to tell this group to form up all together. So there's like 4 in one group there, just to keep a little bit of coherence there. We're going to go straight over here with the Hayabusas, like so, in case some Wildcats come directly from the task force here. Not hoping to win the air engagement here. You can see we are already battered with a lot of our fighters smoking rather heavily there, which is not good for their health in any stretch of the imagination there. So all we can do is hope to get a couple bomb hits onto the Saratoga. If we take an action report, it is still on heavy general damage with moderate flooding there. And it does look like we have spotted some Wildcats. So we're going to go straight in and give some orders. Someone very kindly in the comments did tell me that my apparent bug that I've been giving a lot of hate towards, where planes give their own orders now and then, is because I've forgotten the fire at will button. And you know what? Now that you've said it, it sounds so amazingly simple, but you know, we'll see if that works. And I'm absolutely sure it will be the case. So we're going to carry on like that with our first group, like that, and the rest of the fighters can go straight in and see what we can do there. I'm really hoping those are the only American fighters, but I doubt that will be the case, and in fact that does appear to be the case. We have very successfully wiped out the first group, and that is a massive help to our effort there. Massive effort indeed. So good. We're going to make sure we turn off our other orders there and just change around like this. Going to micro this a tiny bit. We have, of course, lost a couple Hayabusas there, which is rather unfortunate. But what can you do, unfortunately, is all we can say there. Just try and go for the number 7 there. Looks like we can't quite guess it like that. So just going to target it like so. And that should do there, I think. We're not going to use the number 1. Our number 1 is going over here, right on their tail, which is absolutely brilliant stuff. So we're going to watch the Nels as well. and watch the formation of the carrier over here. In fact, what I'm going to do is tell the nails to go straight in like that, so that we don't waste any time. So that the Wildcats are already engaged with and preoccupied with the Hyabusas there as well. So how are we doing here? Does look like they're keeping their orders straight as we had them earlier. But of course, struggling to get in a decent attacking position. We do only have 4 Hyabusas left now, so the Nails need to hurry the hell up, please. Why are you so slow, Nails? Please hurry up. Where are twin engines when you need them? Ah, oh, come on, are we going to get this fighter? Doesn't quite look like it. About to going to overheat or something before we can guess it. Ah, come on, Nels, guess in there. I am going to actually tell this group to actually change formation to line ahead and just risk that very quickly, and then they can attack the carrier there. How close are we with this group? They're going to attack in the Vic formation they're already in, just to help our likelihood of success there. And now we're going to attack the Saratoga, which we are certainly going for. They're just going to double check that before we go in, because that will be the biggest mistake. It does appear to be the case, which is excellent stuff. We do only have 1 Hayabusa about now, so we do need to hurry the hell up. Please, Nails, please. We have no Hayabusas left. Perhaps taken far too long with our Nails now, because they're now sitting ducks. We can only hope that we get some bombs off before we go down. Come on, pray, pray. Looks like we've got a good line on here as well. And we are dropping with these Nails. We are dropping. I'm going to tell them to retreat anyway, because preservation is, of course, the key here. Preservation is my watchword, as you all know. And there we go, that's the second drop off now. So fingers crossed, that's 1 hit from the first drop. I will take that. Probably dropped a little too early, because the rest just came off of the stern there. Second group coming in, well, that's another hit. So all we can do now is just wait and hope, to be honest. And everything else is out of our power, but it is sinking! Absolutely sinking there. We heard the horn of victory. And oh my god. Those pilots in the last few days, or last few hours, their deaths are not in vain. The Saratoga there. Oh, that's a good sight. It's always nice to see a carrier go down. So we're now left with the question of what to hit with our dive bombers. So there's 2 things to consider here. The volume of our attack power and the weight of their bombs. Of course, they are only light bombs, but the volume could mean that we could do some serious damage to a battleship. But at the same time, there's still a lot of AA about here. A lot of AA. And I'm starting to think that with the Vowels, it's possibly better to go for the Pensacola here, because the volume and the tonnage of our bombs will certainly be enough to sink this if we get a good amount on here. And if they keep the same formation, we can approach from the rear and see what we can do about that. But there's still the threat of the Wildcats about. Just because the carrier is sinking doesn't mean that they haven't expended their fuel yet, so they won't just disappear. So that's something to think about. So it's a good thing we've launched some zeros from the Ryujo there in DD. So now that's done, I think we're going to go over to the strategic map and have a look at a second strike and pray that they're retreating, of course. Okay, so we are of course going to have to re-establish contact with that group. We do have these zeros coming in here. We can of course launch some more planes from Guadalcanal. I think we're going to launch some Torius. And we're going to launch them with 0 bombs. We're just going to do that so that we can help out the destruction of the wildcats there. I think the zeros will certainly need it there. So we're going to go over and do that to try and keep contact. We did re-establish contact just about here-ish. They were coming straight towards Guadalcanal, like I said, so we are going to carry on retreating with the Yamato and hope that our I-19 can catch up in time. But it is very slow, and that's going to take 5 hours to get here. Certainly not likely the case there, but we can only hope. It's not likely they'll launch any troops onto Guadalcanal, but if they do, we have the supplies and troops to defend there. So the aim of the game is to kite away until the battleships are dealt with, I think. Or until the majority of their forces dealt with, I think. So let's carry on and see what we can do. Okay, so you can see we have re-established contact in the distance here with the task force, and it is still steaming towards Guadalcanal rather directly there, which is rather a shame, actually, if you ask me. I was hoping they would retreat. Perhaps we do need to get rid of the battleships to begin with. Really starting to consider how we're going to go about this. So I'm not entirely sure that the dive bombers will have much of an impact on the battleships, and they will have to go past all of the AA to actually get there first. So I still think that the Pensacola here is the highest priority target because of its AA and the caliber of guns on it. You know, if there was just one less battleship, I would probably not hesitate to bring in the Yamato here. I think we could handle this, but we've spent so many aircraft, of course, haven't we? Which is a real shame there. But not to worry, not to worry. I mean, there's very much a need to worry, but it's okay. It's okay, we can deal with it. So we're going to bring in, of course, our fighters to screen to start with. And that's just those groups there, like so, and we're going to get the Vals in top speed, of course, and they can target, like I say, the Pensacola, which is the number 3 here, like so. Get that over, and they can come from the rear like that. What was the first one doing? That's absolutely fine, they can carry on like so. Brilliant stuff. So we have 4 groups of Vals here, 4 groups of 3, and hopefully we can get enough bombs onto the Pensacola. This does sink, but that's wishful thinking, I think, at this stage of the game. Just going to turn off fire at will so that when our orders do go through, they do stick. Very keen to test this out. So that's surprised that's actually not going for the whole squad at a time. I do apologise. Just a little bit of clunky management there, like so. Let's turn it on and then off again. There we go, easy stuff. So let's carry on, and hopefully should have a decent engagement on our hands. So let's increase the speed here. No sign of fighters just yet, and if that's the case, I'm actually really sad that we didn't bring in any bombs on our fighters, but we can try and strafe some destroyers if we're feeling rather spicy. So we're just going to get some zeros in position to do that, and we're going to keep some zeros in the flank here just to protect our fighters and to make sure that we don't take any or so much AA fire. And there we go, here they come. Oh, they're in a really horrible position there, actually. Very horrible indeed. Okay, so we're going to have to attack with our closest Torius to start with here. Like so. And we're going to carry on over here. Increase your speeds, please, so that we do get to you rather quickly. We might have to change our courses with the Vals as well. Where are we? Like so. Okay, so if we do that, what's over here? Well, Torius over here, that's the 10 to 12. Okay, that's brilliant. Actually, they can go head on like so. Like that. Okay, cool. So see what happens there. We do have these Tories going straight in for the Vals there. I think we keep the Vals on course. And of course we do now have the Zeros and such going in, so they should be absolutely fine. Which planes we spot there? Okay, so we're just going to pause again very quickly. I do apologise. Just to get some clean orders off there. We're going to get the, where are we? 4 to 6 zeros on this group here. Like so. And just double up over there and keep the rest in reserves, I think. Just watching where this fight is going though. Do have something already smoking. I'm hoping that's one of their fighters. Does appear to be the case. Have downed one already, which is brilliant stuff. Absolutely great. And our Vals are actually getting rather close. So let's tell them to attack from here, shall we? Like so. We are just going to go to the formation leader there and tell them to attack, to double check we're getting that right. So let's increase our speed. It appears we didn't do that with a couple squads there. That's not a problem. Going to tell them to attack straight away. It does appear we've lost one gecko there. That's not too big of a problem. Not too big of a problem. I'm going to change the orders around here. It does look like we're doing quite well in the skies, actually. We're doing fairly well indeed. How is the attacks over here going, though? Haven't lost anything just yet. Just yet. But there you go. Just to be said that we have lost our first Val of the day. There we go. First few bombs down. Camera snapping. I do apologise. That's one bomb hit, though. It's not going to be good if that's going to be the case. Complete miss there. Complete miss. Not good at all. Not good at all. But we are winning the air engagement rather handily there, as we should have been doing, of course. So wood. Oh my god, that's another one down. That's a retreating Val. Where's the Pensacola gone? Gone. Come on, come on, come on. Please drop. Please drop. Come on. There we go. Come on. Oh my god, a dud bomb and only 2 hits there. How's the second? Is that the second? No, there we go. Just a few hits. Just a few hits. That's only going to be minor damage there. This is rather unfortunate indeed. Ah, dearie, 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 dear. I think I'm going to do a strafe on a destroyer just out of spite now, but let's take an action report. We have completely won the air engagements, but we have lost a lot of Vals. Nearly all of them again, which is so sad. So sad. And only moderate damage to the Pensacola there. Not enough to deter the enemy at all. And we do have a scout in the area, actually. We'll just take on that, just to make sure it goes down. Don't want any of that about, thank you very much. So we're going to regroup our zeros, I think. Like so. If we go to Vex and tell them to actually move to the centre there. Like so. Get some Torius close together as well. And they can come back round together. Like so. How are we doing on this? Do we lose the gecko to the kingfisher here? Is he even? I think because we told him to form up and follow some waypoints, he's not going to bother attacking there. So let's just do that very quickly. Hopefully, it slows down in time. So if we do lose him to that, that's completely our fault. Oh dear me. Not a problem there. They're both attack them. That's absolutely fine. It is a shame about the Pensacola though. I do wish we had attached some bombs to our fighters now, because that might have finished us off. It's just a shame that we didn't get a massive amount of hits with our dive bombers there. Though we got 1 dud and then only 5 hits with our bombs, which is just pitiful, really. Pitiful indeed. We are going to group up now with our planes though. What's the number 6 here? I don't really want to strafe this, but how's the armour look? Possibly too thick for a strafe, but it's worth considering. They were crown colonies, weren't they? Sensitive armour, yeah, far too much to strafe. So we are going to go for a destroyer, I think. Is that even worth it though? Is that even worth it at this point? think any damage we can get onto them is worth it now, to be honest. So let's carry on with the plan. Go down to a striking altitude with our zeros, please. Like so. And go down to an attack position. Like so. Thank you very much. And get them round like that. Be nice if we could do something about that Pensacola, but you know, it's okay. I'm glad we didn't go for the battleships now, actually, because I really don't think we'd have got through with our vows. Been a very disappointing attack, this one. Very disappointing indeed. Oh Christ! But we can only be happy that our strike from the carrier was successful. To be honest. Because if that was still about, we'd have to contend with multiple dive bombers and torpedo bombers right now against our surface group. Another plan we could put into action would be to get our new surface fleet to combine with our current Yamato task force in a single engagement. But I think that's too far away to guarantee that at the moment, which is rather sad. What we're going to go for then is, I think, what sort of position are we in? What's this ship here? That is the Fletcher. Let's go for the Fletcher with these Torus then. Let's see. So number 5, we're going to attack that, thank you. We can slow down our speed just a bit to get some shots on target there. I think we're going to go for the, where are we? The tribal over here as well. What is focus fire? Never heard of it. Alright, let's carry on and see if we can get some sort of light damage onto this, just to tickle them, so they're easier for a future engagements to actually sink. And I wish that AA was this unresponsive when we were going in with some attack aircraft, only just opening up now. Visibility is 50%, but so they should have seen us by then, for sure. For sure. We're getting some nice explosions on the Fletcher there, though. Very nice indeed. I'll happily take that. How are we looking on the tribal? Yeah, that's looking alright, actually, for a single strafe. Not too bad at all. That's a massive explosion and some nice fires going on the stern there. Very happily take that indeed. Oh, that one not so successful, but I'm sure multiple compartments hurt. And there we go. Lovely thick fire amidships there. So what we're going to do is just retreat out now and form up to one big old formation there. Suffers magazine. What the hell? Number 5. That was the Fletcher, wasn't it? That was. If anyone who tells me it's not worth strafing destroyers, that's your proof that you're wrong. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so rude, but look at that. A magazine explosion just from strafing. That destroyer's going to go down if we wait about. That's going to go down. So we are certainly going to wait around for that. If this destroyer carries on being so isolated, perhaps we'll go back for it. But I don't really want to lose too many other aircraft now. So I'm going to wait about and see what happens with this Fletcher, I think. Well, not quite the results we're expecting there, but certainly some positive ones if you don't look at our losses, of course. They're all positive if you don't look at our losses. But we do still have that group bearing down on us. We are going to keep some howitzers out just to keep contact with that. We do have quite a few aircraft over our Yamato. There is only some fighters They shouldn't be a bother over that group. Just scouting out, I think, the remnants of the Saratoga there. They should disappear once they expend their fuel. I think we're going to see what direction this task force goes now. But of course, our heel does have 8 Kates, 6 Vowels. Do have 4 Kates available there, so that's something to think about, I think, if we do fancy going for another strike. Otherwise, we're going to send these ships straight back to Rabaul to rest and repair. I think going to bring them in just a little bit closer, just to reduce any fuel that we expend in case we do decide to send our last remaining pilots in to hit something there, because we may have to just throw enough shit at the wall and hope it sticks. To be honest, that's our tactics the last few hours. So we are just going to see exactly what happens with this task force now. I will let you know when we re-establish contact. Okay, so we have re-established contact. It does look like it is drawing closer to Guadalcanal. That being said then, we are going to carry on retreating, I think, with this group. We do have our secondary group coming in. That's going to take 3.5 hours though to come round. And that's just too long if you ask me. Like, how long is it going to take our Yamato to get close? Half that time. And of course we do have them coming towards us as well, which reduces the time even further. You know what? It's tempting to send our destroyers out and get some emergency torpedoes off under the cover of smoke. But I don't think that's really going to work, unfortunately. Which is rather a shame there. Could try it in a last-ditch effort. That would be quite the heroic strike there. But I think what we're going to do is launch some aircraft off and go with our final Kates and stuff. Go straight over to that. We're not going to wait for our other dive bombers to come back. We can't launch them out anyway. So this is going to be one last-ditch effort there. Can see how desperate we are to get rid of this, but this is the biggest threat we've had so far in this playthrough, and I think in any of my playthroughs actually. This is rather nasty. So let's carry on. Okay, so we're now in striking range with our Kates here. You can see they have gone towards Guadalcanal but completely bypassed it, so they don't have any troops on their destroyers or light cruisers. We are of course going to retreat with our Yamato at the moment. We're carrying on with that. And we're going to try and hit a battleship in this run. And then we're going to try coming in with the I-9. I think we're going to try, might as well come in with this group as well now. We should have done that ages ago. The more powerful force here with both submarines here. But so not to worry. Not honourable at all of the mighty one, but so we do need to reduce their number of battleships here, unfortunately. It's not worth the risk there, is it? So let's go into tactical view with these Kates. And see what we can do about that, shall we? Do we have anything to provide spotting? No, but we don't need to. That's not a problem. They do have their backs against the walls of the island here, to Guadalcanal. And you know what? I think we're in the best position here with the AA being what it is. The formation rather thin on their port side here. So we're going to go for the lead North Carolina here. Is that a good idea, actually? Probably is actually, yeah, because we've got the Pensacola and the other Crown Colony here. So yeah, we are going to go for the lead North Carolina, which is in fact their #1 ship here. So the usual tactics here: full speed into striking distance, which is this group of Kates. So this one here, that's not a problem. Okay, cool. Where those are Hyabuses out there, that's not a problem. So all our Kates are certainly together. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so let's target that again, shall we? We're going to come all from one side. I don't think we're going to faff around with manoeuvres today. Just going to go straight in and see if we can coordinate this as well as possible. Do want to go in, if possible, with one massive strike. I'm going to form these Kates up together actually first, and that would be fine like that. So let's fast forward and see what we do. Looks like we've forgotten one group of Kates here. That is rather a shame. Not to worry, good thing we spotted that. Good thing we spotted that indeed. Let's carry on, shall we? We might manoeuvre the Kates in a second, just so they're all in one big group, like I said. And he might want to change our approach a little bit, so a bit wider coming out, so that we don't take any AA on the way in, or at least reduce the amount of AA we have on the approach there, which would of course be the smarter choice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Less AA on the approach is always a good thing. So let's speed up once again, and we might have to change our approach with a couple of these so that we do come in from a forward angle. I think the main problem we had when we torpedoed the Saratoga on the second strike was the fact that we did come all from a direct rear approach, so when it started turning that was a perfect dodge. So going from a flat broadside, certainly the better option here. I think this is looking okay. We are rather clumped up, so we are going to tell everyone to attack now. Going to reduce the speed of the forward Kates to let everyone come in to join up, and tell everyone to attack from where they are now. That should be brilliant stuff. Yeah, I think that's looking okay actually. I think it's looking very nice indeed. These Kates certainly at an attack speed. Just going to stay at high speed with the other Kates to begin with, just to get them a little bit closer while the AA is focusing on the forward Kates there. And actually, what's the angle looking like here? I'm just going to change the approach of a couple of these Kates actually. Just these ones here, because I'm not liking the fact that we are looking a little, with what I said earlier about avoiding a rear attack so much. Do want a slightly flatter broadside, and some leading torpedoes would be very nice indeed. So we're just going to wait for this. We're going to double check these Kates are, yep, they're certainly on an attack speed, excellent. And we're going to attack actually from here now. Reduce our speed so that our torpedoes don't just detonate and bounce off the surface of the water, and attack from here as well. Thank you. We have lost one Kate already. Have we dropped? We are dropping now just before we lose the others. I will take that. That looks like a dead hit though. Maybe not so much. This group, not liking this attack pattern actually. I'm just going to tell them to slow down a little and actually turn around so we can get that off. And now they can attack. Ooh, hang on. Let's see if we can keep our attack order there. They're not targeting anything. Losing the lead plane is certainly a hindrance there. That should be okay if they're going to drop. Looks like losing the lead plane's really screwed this group over actually. Yeah, really did screw that one over. Oh, such a shame. Buggering up all of our attacks recently, aren't we? Really buggering them up. I think we're going to be okay with these approaches though. Should be alright there. Actually, I'm going to turn this one around a little bit. So let's do that. And attack from there. Just wanted a little turn. No, it looks like we buggered that, so we are going to do a manual drop here. The lesser spotted manual drop. Like so. And can we get that? Let's just drop. Emergency drop. That's not going to be good at all, is it? Slight kamikaze there. Accidental kamikaze. That's one drop on the manual though. Actually, I'll take that. The manual looking pretty decent, to be honest. Got some decent hits from that. I'll happily take that. We might get some collateral damage onto the Crown Colony here. 4 torpedoes, certainly not enough to sink the battleships here. But how are we doing though? We have lost a lot of Kates once again, with only 3 on the escape at the moment. Are we going to get any collateral damage with our missed torpedoes here? It does look like the Crown Colony here going to take 2 torpedoes, and you know what? Wasn't guaranteed we're going to sink the battleship here, so we'll take some extra damage onto another ship like that, and that is very, very useful indeed. That is some heavy damage for a cruiser to take. Yeah, I know some of you don't like the the wild card tactics, the desperate tactics that we do sometimes, but you can tell I've been playing too much Battle Stations Pacific in my other series to take the risk there. But I think it paid off. We did get a few decent hits with that manual drop. Sometimes it needs to just be decisive and take what you can get, really. Let's take an action report. It is heavy damage and heavy flood. If we got a couple more hits, that might have gone down. But you know, such is the way of life, you know. Let's make sure we don't crash into any mountains here. That does happen sometimes. But yeah, I think that was a fairly decent strike, actually. I'm happy with that. Okay then, everyone, I do believe that is all we have time for today. I think in the next episode we'll be looking at destroying that fleet outright once and for all. The second tragedy of Guadalcanal has certainly taken place today. In the next episode, I'm thinking might reassess our situation. We might go in for that surface engagement. We'll see what happens with our I-9 here. They will have to retreat through our submarines now. I think if we destroy, if we aim for the undamaged battleship with our submarines, we will certainly look at pursuing them with our Yamato. So we shall see some more action very, very soon. But I think that is enough excitement for one day. I need to cool my brain, go into it with a fresh mind, I think. So I shall see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do apologise to force you to see so many losses on either side. But that is part of the you know, the terrible strategizing, I believe, down to me. But you can't have total wins all the time, can you? So, again, thank you for watching. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.